Cool. We're good. We're live. Welcome, everybody. Appreciate everybody coming in, and obviously on a Sunday, kind of just. I know it's like a holiday for some people. It's a busy weekend for some, so appreciate everybody jumping in with us, staying active in the chat over the course of the weekend. It's been great to see. A lot of big developments coming up that I think people are going to be really excited about. And just so everybody kind of knows the strategy going forward, we're gonna kind of save a couple of things every time we have one of these AMAs. So each time we have one of these AMAs, you'll definitely want to be a part of it. You'll definitely want to make sure that you're in the know from the get-go, because basically how we're going to do like a lot of our big utility drops and a lot of our big vision announcements and releases and stuff like that, that's all going to be in these AMAs. So we're going to try to jam pack each single time we open up one of these VCs. We're going to try to have something for you. Like the rare time that we don't have one, it'll just be a big hoorah, whatever successes we've had over the past few days since we last spoke. So that's a big thing that we want to do. So you'll see from now on kind of a standard that we're going to hold ourselves to from a community standard and whatnot. We're going to get the VCs open pretty much right away in terms of like when the next one's coming, right? So instead of like waiting and then being like a day out or something like that, right when we close this one right here, within 10 or 15 minutes or so, or somewhere around that time frame, we're going to have the next one scheduled. We're going to kind of keep that going and keep that active, because communication at where we're at in this project, the type of project it is, the kind of investors that we want in at this early stage, and I guess just the kind of growth that we want to experience as a project. All that stuff requires just excellent communication, not so much as much hype, and it's not so much hype driven, right? It's a lot of it's communication, and people are constantly evaluating what the worth of the project is and stuff. So a big thing for us is going to be communication, and with that comes us scheduling these out each time. So a couple of things to be excited for that we're going to release here soon. STF, I don't know if you want to touch on anything before we get going, or I don't know. Anything you want to start us off with?
Maybe just a quick reminder of the ongoing developer competition that still waits for the currently active SRG20 tokens to participate in. If you're a dev and you're listening, then please make sure to go to the announcement channel and get the participation rules. It's easy to comprehend, and doesn't take much time to participate. Doesn't cost anything. Big money to win. And I think that's it from my side at the moment.
Yeah, and for anybody, I just kind of I guess go on that one more time. The dev competition, it's going to start getting really spicy. So if you've been into it, like if you've been thinking about it, or you launched a project, didn't get with the team yet, whatever the case is, make sure you get with the team. Let them know that you're launching, you have launched, you are launching, whatever the case is, so that we can kind of track some of the metrics for you and stuff. But a lot of, I think it's gonna, I think it's gonna be even more exciting for people to launch a project on the Surge network with the things that are coming down the pipeline here in the near future. I'm trying to think of what else. Quick, since we talk about the dev contest, I'll do a quick recap on the other contest, the media creation, content creation contest as well. It's looking good, guys. Just to kind of reiterate, this is not, I don't know if anybody here who's doing this, who's making the memes, is going to listen, but please, it's not a meme competition necessarily that was put out one bad communication and it's plagued us since. It's not a meme competition, although we love all the art, we love all the creativity that's been coming through. We definitely want to get more content about how to use this protocol, what the value it brings to DeFi, how we're different. That's the main messaging that we want to get out with this campaign. So if you've done a meme in that content creation contest, please check over it one more time and make sure you give us like a Twitter thread or something on how to do something in the ecosystem. But guys, there's a lot of different prizes to be won there. any of the YouTubes, basically at this point, like I think we've had like a small handful of YouTubes. The paid promotion on YouTube, those things don't count, guys. So a lot of this YouTube that's out there, you can basically just do a good how-to video, and you're in the running because 5 people are going to walk away, I think, with like $100 each, right? I think it's $100 each for each of those videos, and then for the 5 best ones, I should say, and then the Medium articles and the Twitter threads. The top 5 winners on those get $50 each, or I think the top 10 winners on those get $50 each. So like, there's a lot of money on the line, and you can win up to 3 times in each category too. So if anybody wants to increase their surge bag or something like that, I would love for somebody to tell me that they won on the contest, they aped it in, and then it turned into a ton of money for them. So I guess like just make sure you put that content creation out there. Still a few days ongoing on that one. So you have time to put a Twitter thread up or a Medium article up. All that stuff is super valuable, not only for your bag, but you can win some cash too. But Heisman, you want to take the wheel and talk about the dev side a little bit, or do you want me to go over it?
No, I'll go over it. Can you hear me properly, or is there any issue?
Oh, for sure.
Can you? Yeah. All right. Maybe there is a little bit of delay. I don't know. So yeah, from the dev side, we have like 3 new things that we've been working on, which should be released later today. So the first thing is our dashboard. We're tracking all the projects on the dashboard. So up until now, only 2 projects have talked to us. Only 2 projects have talked to us about getting tracked on the leaderboard. I've sent a screenshot of the leaderboard in the main chat. You can see it there. The project with the max TVL will get around $1,000 per chain, I think, and then there are other winnings for other category, like other ranks. You can always go check the Medium for the rules of the competition and how much would you win if you rank at a certain stage. Yeah. So that's very important for the devs, and I think this dashboard is quite important for a lot of projects to track their place and to probably start pushing more when they're lagging behind and stuff, which I think will bring in more volume to the system. Apart from this dashboard, we've been working on integrating the first few projects in our charts. The first few projects didn't have a certain variable, which is called padding inside the code. So it wasn't like straightforward to integrate them into the charts. So I had to do like some tricks to be able to integrate them, and then I gave one project their chart, but I still haven't put the code live. It should be live tonight, so they will be able to track their charts. But more importantly, this step is allowing us to prepare for the transaction table under the chart. So in the near future, you'll be able to see all the transactions under the chart and the TX, and how much they bought, how much they sold, and from like who bought and who sold. Yeah. So developments for the charts are coming in hot mainly. So that's the second thing. So we've talked about 2 things so far. So first, the dashboard, which is very important for projects. Up until now, it's just made for this leaderboard, but later on it will be used as a portfolio tracker for SRG20 tokens. So anybody could track their portfolio using dashboard. So apart from that, I've been working on and testing a rewards and burns CA, which is super important because there's a bunch of projects who want to start burning Surge and rewarding in Surge, and that means 2 things. First, Surge is gonna become more scarce, so a lot of Surge will be sent to the dead address, and those are burnt forever. So that will create scarcity for Surge, and a lot of people, like, it'll just push the price floor by default up, right? Because people can't sell those Surge anymore. And the current worth of the Surge we have will increase. So that's the first. And second, because of the reward system of Surge, a lot of holders will increase. So we will have a huge increase in holders because rewards will start being sent to a lot of addresses, and our holder count will increase significantly. And that means that like the more holders you get, the more mainstream you become, right? So once we hit that like 20K holders, 25K holders, we have room to for a lot of expansion. We can have a lot of bargaining power with a lot of counterparties. So this new CA will be like a new milestone for Surge, and it will push us as an ecosystem further in terms of expansion and in terms of price movement. So we should be having a pretty decent price movement moving on. So those are the three things that I wanted to reveal for now. We're still working on a lot of stuff. Like we have, I don't know, 25 or 30 things on the dev list, which we want to release in the near future. And we've already spoke about the Launchbot, which would be very important because people can now have a platform to launch tokens in a pretty straightforward way, and they'll have like a channel in which the launch will be announced. So more and more devs will be encouraged to launch with Surge because of how easy it will become. And that means again
the library of good contracts as well, Heisemann, too. That's a big plus too that I think people are going to value, is just having a kind of a library of different styles of projects they could launch and utilize these contracts for.
Yeah, 100%. Like at the start, I'll provide a lot of standard contracts which they can launch, like a burn contract, a rewards contract, a rewards and burn contract, the standard contracts. So there will be a lot of contracts for them to choose from. But on top of that, after the first iteration of the Launchbot and after some feedback, we'll be giving the developers the ability to launch any project. So they can provide the code themselves for the contract, and then they can launch using the Launchbot that we will provide. So any contract could be admissible for the Launchbot moving forward. Yeah. So and that's huge, honestly, because this gives a lot of leeway for people to innovate. Like it's good to have some control and some standards, but at the same time, in crypto, we're still very early, and people need to innovate to improve the space. The more innovation we get, the more improvements we get, and we increase mainstream adoption of crypto in general. So a lot of stuff is coming for Surge, and like I'm really, this is like the best project I've ever been in, and I do feel we're still at like a very, very early ground floor stage for Surge. I'm definite that this is like the next big thing in crypto, and we will be pushing as much as we can, like at 1,000% of our abilities to deliver on this project. So yeah, that's it for me. Do you have anything to add, Albino?
Yeah, no, I'm just echoing the sentiment. I mean, this is the best project I've ever worked on by far. I think one of the I mean, just the ceiling of it, right? The potential of it, what we can really build here is just truly limitless with what we can do in the Surge network and what we can build behind it. But again, and you guys have been rocking and rolling too. When we put a tweet down, I've been seeing a lot of good action come through lately. Appreciate everybody jumping on tweets. But again, we got just get rowdy with us out there, guys. Make that content, hop in this content creation contest, and we're gonna be good to go. The sky's the limit here, though, guys. I like this is truly like a limitless project, and I really feel it. So I'm right there with you, Heisemann.
Yeah, I think the same thing. And when I say potential, I mean, just looking at the project itself, this seems like something where I could see a lot of people saying that I don't buy stuff that doesn't launch on Surge, because the only surefire way to know that something is not going to be a scam or that the dev isn't going to have bad intentions is if they launch on Surge. They can say what they want, but if you launch on Surge and you already know you can't honeypot, you know you can't rug it, everybody knows you got good intentions. And not only that, but people are like, yeah, like it's just the only way to know for a fact that, okay, yeah, ain't nobody doing X, Y, and Z. And I really do think that this could really get with PancakeSwap and all of them. The only thing is that it just has to be easily adoptable. If Surge is easily adoptable, then that's what's up. Because where we've come with no marketing and this unique protocol where if people want to buy, they have to learn steps and whatnot. Like I can go ahead and say myself right now that no other project in the space is doing as well as Surge with those preliminaries in position. So I can only imagine what this can do once it's easily widely adoptable. And it might be now. Maybe it's my perspective. Don't take my word on this one right here. You almost never hear me say that, but don't take my word to the bank on that one. But once that happens and once the marketing ramps up and we know that the team actually has money, because I honestly personally get tired of broke devs, because, and I'm not one of those guys that makes fun of broke people because that's just not me. But I will make fun of broke devs. You're not supposed to be deving projects so you can take it all when you're trying to make other people money. That those two don't go together. But one thing I did want to ask as well is how many projects want to burn on Surge?
All right. So up until now, there's at least 4 projects who want to burn Surge, and that's not little. Like we have 16 projects probably, and 4 of them want to burn Surge like right now. And
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the contract will be used a lot more in the future as well. Because in a sense,
why you ain't posted we have 16 projects on? So hey, we need to start making a post where we say we now have 16 on Surge. We now have 20 projects on Surge. Let people know about that. Also, how easy is it for projects to come over on Surge? How easy is it for them to find out about it and then be like, oh, let me launch on Surge? How easy is it?
I mean, it's super easy. Already, we have two migrations so far. I mean, we're so early, right? And we're so early, and we have 2 migrations, and I mean, there is more, but I can't reveal when or when do they want to migrate. But there is more as well. And once they know about the 0 DEX fees and reduced gas fees, a lot of leeway for new tokenomics, they are instantly interested in migrating to Surge. So, and we've seen that with the previous couple projects. So the community likes those aspects. The investors are not paying a round trip of 0.6%. Whenever they're buying or selling, they're paying reduced gas fees on their SRG20s because everything coded into the contract just uses transfers, right? Because you're not bound by a router and you're not bound by the buying and selling from that route. Everything is directly from the contract. So projects really find it super lucrative to migrate to Surge, and on top of that, they have 3,000 new eyes looking at the project for free in a sense, right? And on top of that, they're entering Surge at the ground floor. So they're projects are starting to gain a lot of share in Surge as well, which is just an all-around win for everybody. Yeah.
That's actually a major key, a key point. If you decide to migrate your project to Surge right now, you're getting quite a lot of the supply share to your project and to your holders while the price is still this low. So if I have to say, if the project goes to those levels where we expect it to go, then those projects will obviously benefit from it intensely. So you will see projects like Taco, Safe Search, Pennymoon, and all the other projects that are currently trading live and building out their communities and so on. Their price will go up as well as search price increases. And the first thing that people who are then buying search as newcomers will do is, okay, what can I do with my search now? So they will look for these projects that are already there, that are already working on their utilities, expanding their community, growing it. So these early adopters will be in a very good position.
Okay. Yeah, I believe that, man. Cause we hitting new all-time highs and everything. So people are just steady holding the floor on BSC. That's the thing. People are holding it on BSC better than they're holding it on ETH. And that right there is what speaks to volumes. The Jeets are at, bro, you be seeing them $5, $10, $2 buys come in. The Jeets are actually holding.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like I don't even want to dismiss anyone who doesn't have this much money. Like it's what you do with your money that counts. Like if you throw it away in any of these scams that we all have seen in the space, trading on PancakeSwap with starting liquidity of $500, and the dev will just lock the liquidity for 1 week. Like if you want to throw your money at that, then okay, it's your choice. But if you have like $50 in your bag, you might want to pick wisely what you do with it. And I don't think that these super high risk plays where the liquidity unlocks in 1 week are always the best choice. Like I don't want to give financial advice, of course.
Oh yeah, 100%, man, 100%.
I unmuted Ricky True as well. How are you doing?
Hello, fellas. Hello, sirs.
Hey, man.
Ricky made me quite a good song on my Susspot a while back. Yeah, appreciate you, bro.
No doubt, no doubt. I see some guys in here. I'm really bullish on STF Jizzin. That's my guy. Albino Rhino, my guy. Heisenman, my guy. DC, you know, Achilles is my guy. So you my guy. Lady Dev, man, y'all, it's looking really, really bullish in here, man.
Very cool.
Hades in here, yeah, man. But I do have a few questions. I didn't know if it was a good time to ask them, but I definitely would like to, if possible.
Yeah, of course. Feel free to ask.
Okay, so I've been following Surge for about a week and a half, maybe two. I'm not sure when you guys launched, but I had been watching for quite some time. And I got really bullish on it because I read some things like I like you guys' anti-dump protocol, they can't rug and all of that. And I also saw something that said like you didn't need liquidity to actually launch over here. And I never got a chance to actually talk to anyone in the project, which is crazy because a lot of these guys are like people I deal with on a regular, and I didn't know that they were even involved. I didn't know Heisenman was involved. Albino, I didn't know STF. I just spoke with STF just a couple days ago. And I had no clue. But I just would like to get a little bit more info on that. Like, can somebody break it down for me as if I'm new investor? No, I don't know anything. All I know how to do is buy a chart. So how can you explain it to the little old stupid me?
All right, so I'll cover that. I mean, for any dev out there, whenever they want to like stealth launch, let's say on PCS or on Uniswap, What do? They create a contract, right? They have some supply. They pair the supply with some ETH or BNB or any stable, etc. And then they send those to Uniswap to set the starting price, right? So
Right.
instead of doing all those steps, we cut to the chase. We just said, okay, so why don't we just set the price right away, and then the trading could start from there? Because the liquidity that you're providing to Uniswap or PCS, it's useless liquidity. It's not being used to buy shit. So you're not buying anything with it. You're just putting it to set a price. So rather than do that and be stupid about it, we said, all right, how about we just set the price within the contract and then start trading from there? And that's exactly what happened. We had a major aha moment when we figured that out, to be honest. And by doing that,
an aha moment?
Yeah. So by doing that, like for example, let's say you have a project starting with I don't know 100 ETH liquidity. That liquidity is fully useless because it's just stuck with Uniswap and it's not being used to buy anything. So we're actually killing crypto by doing that in a sense. So rather than doing that, you just set the price to be the equivalent of 100 ETH, and then people start trading from there. Usually, it's exactly as trading on Uniswap and PCS without two things: without the DEX fees, so no more 0.6% round trip, and without providing initial liquidity, which is useless because the initial liquidity is only used for setting the price, nothing else. So rather than doing that, just set the price and then trading can start. It's as simple as that.
How can I go about? Thank you, Heisenberg, by the way. How do I go about the part? And I don't want to go too deep, but I definitely I don't do partnerships with any projects. I have never done a partnership with any. Well, I did do a joint venture with Heisenberg on Sunspot. That would, in my head, that would be considered like a joint venture, but I've never partnered with anybody. And when I first saw Surge, I remember going to my lounge and telling everyone in there, um, yo, I really want to partner with these guys because I think they're on to something different. No, that's not where I'm going with this, but I did want to put it on the table for you guys to hear it out of my mouth. But more so, I would like to know, where would I go to study the process, or to apply the process that you guys are using in Surge? How do I go? Is, let's say I wanted to launch a project today. What would I need to do that's different from PCS or Uniswap? What steps do I need to take? And can if there are links to go with it, can someone drop them in the main chat?
Right. So I'm pretty sure some people are working on videos to show how to deploy and use our contracts in a sense. But we will for sure have some official videos on how to do that. But in a simple manner, there's a lot of standard contracts for each chain on the GitHub. There could be a link inside the main chat, or some of the mods could share them. You simply just change a little bit of stuff in there in that code that I provided. If you want something like better, you can always talk to me. We can see how to create the contract for you to deploy. But if you just want the standard contract, it's right there. You just change a few things like the name, the ticker, what's the starting liquidity you want. Theoretically, again, you don't provide any liquidity. You just provide a theoretical liquidity in a sense, and then the trading starts from there. It's that easy. It's that easy. There is nothing to it, and all the investors can use. For simplicity, they can just use our swap or our charts. If they want to make their lives a little bit harder, they can use the Explorer to buy and sell.
Okay. I'm definitely gonna reach out to you, Heisenberg, and I'm pretty familiar with contracts. I know I said I'm stupid, and that's an understatement. But I do know a little bit about contracts, so I understand swapping some things in the contract to make sure it hits you guys' chain and works perfectly. But um, definitely, if you get a chance, Heisenberg, reach out to me. I've had a project I've been sitting on for about year and a half that I never saw an opening to really. I didn't see, like I said, I don't trust much, and it's just something about Surge when I first saw it. It stood out to me. It stood out in the pack of wolves, and I definitely want to get a little crash course. Me and you try some things out, but I'll kick back in the back for now. But appreciate you answering my questions, and like I said, I'm really bullish on this project. So you'll see me around. That's a certain. That's for certain.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you, and we're here to answer all questions. Yeah, we're here to help each other out. I mean, I've never seen an ecosystem help each other out like we have here. Tokens, instead of competing, they're actually helping each other out, build their utilities, and push the entire ecosystem together because they know that that's the way for all of us to grow in a sense. And I really love that.
And who was the dev on this?
So we were three people. Yeah, go ahead. Yes, yeah.
Oh, me. Heisenman is a deaf. That's what I wanted to say.
Ah man, I was about to say that's a good. I would love to hear that. Me and Heisman, we had a great wave, man, and our conversation was so plutonic and organic, man, and I really respect everything he does, man, and then to see some of you guys in here like Albino Rhino, like DC, like STF, it just makes me way more bullish, man, and makes me feel like I'm dealing with guys in the space from summer of last year, and those are guys that they've been through the ups and downs, and it wasn't in that point in time we were getting rid of all the like scammers and spammers out of our lives, and we were clicking up as just good hearted people, good investors who wanted to see everybody win. So I'm damn bullish on it, man, and I appreciate that, man. And if Heisman's the guy, That's it's not hard for me to reach out to him. So well, you'll definitely see me around a lot.
Yeah, I love to have you. And yeah, so we're three co-owners on this. So myself, STF, and Albino, we're three co-owners on this project. I'm the guy handling the tech, and Albino Rhino is handling the marketing, and STF is an owner and the community manager and handles most of the communications.
Absolutely. Yeah, just stick with us, and if you have any more questions about launching without setting the starting liquidity, we can cover this again. Like, we will have these AMAs regularly. We did have them every 2 to 3 days. We will also do some action outside of our own Telegram group, and yeah, just stick around, and there's still a lot more to speak about when it comes to search as an ecosystem.
I'm making another
And
call
we
on
didn't even
that
talk
right
about
now.
migrations really either, STF. When we talk about migrations and stuff, that opens up a whole nother can of worms, which we didn't even intend to have so much value, guys. But yeah, migrations are proven to be a really big value add because people know. I guess we did kind of talk about it at the beginning, but people know, how early this is and how much potential it has. I'm super stoked, man. This is a very versatile eco.
Yeah, and it's also worth noting. I saw this disclaimer in our chat regarding migrations, that many projects still have their liquidity being locked for still a lot of time, so they need to wait until they can move to search, which is actually not necessarily the case, because if you have the trust of your holders and a strategy to revive your project or move it to to a better protocol, in my opinion, then you can also migrate your tokens or the tokens of your holders for an airdrop on Surge with ease. Like we give persistence in this to make it happen. Some projects already decided to migrate to Surge. Not yet live trading, so those are still to launch. SAS is the first project that that decided to move to Surge. Then we have Pennymoon, and I don't want to name names. For the future, that yeah, like we are speaking with many teams at the moment, planning it out, and we will see what the future brings. By the way, we have the chats, the voice chat being muted again, I think. So if you have any questions, your hand, and we can unmute you then. Or just type your questions in chat and we will read it out loud if you're shy in the voice chat. So just to recap, what we are revealing today is the dashboard. Heisman already spoke about this earlier. This is the first step towards a portfolio tracker on the Surge ecosystem. And in the first phase, this is still a beta version. You will see the leaderboard for the ongoing developers competition, and this is measured in TVL, means the total
value
amount of Surge.
Yeah, and Surge. And but yeah, like for this beta version, you'll need to wait like 2-3 minutes for it to pop. But yeah, in the near future it will be instant. Yeah, I just set up like the main code now. Optimization will follow through quite quickly, and we should have some instant pop-up in the near future.
Exactly. And yeah, also Albino said this in the beginning, the people that join our AMAs will be the first ones to hear about the further developments, the further updates. In the future, we will release the updates in written form in our announcement channel and on social media and our main chat after the AMA concludes. So it's always best to tune into these AMAs, which happen regularly, to find out what we are cooking.
But let me, I guess I'll touch on the marketing side really quick, guys. Lots of headway being made when it comes to getting the right people involved in terms of like the strategy for like even slightly into the influencer style marketing. We're getting the right people involved, I feel like, and there's a little bit of a vetting process that goes through it. Obviously, we couldn't get the idea and concept out before launch. Just because it's very unique and we wanted to keep it as inside as we could. So everything is happening after we go live, but a lot of great reception from a project like this. As you can be, we're laying the foundations for being more and more recognized as a decentralized exchange, as a DEX. For everybody that saw it on like our BSC scan, getting that tag was awesome. The same idea goes when we're trying to get to CMC, still trying to get to CMC CG and get listed as a DEX. That takes a process. It'd probably be redundant for me to update every single time how it's going. APIs need to be built, and then an application process that's a little bit more in depth than the asset listing process. But that's all still in works. But Right now, we want to hit really, really like core DeFi communities, guys that take the time to read through all the literature, understand the magnitude of what we have, without take the time, because you can't market to just about everybody here. You have to market to an audience that's going to take the time to learn how to buy, right? Because if I market to somebody that's impatient, they might go through the entire process. I might by some miracle get their attention span for 2 minutes, them how to buy it, right? But they have the same impatience when it comes to holding it too. So they're not like super valuable for the ecosystem. And obviously we need them. We need them for volume and whatnot. But they aren't like our core target, right? That's not who we really, really want. We want to get in front of the eyes that are going to actually like look through the details, see the potential, tell their friends about it, or maybe they have a small community about it. I really want to get into, you know, the places where our influencers are looking, our influencers following tab. Like that's who I want to get in front of, because once you get everybody on those tabs covered, then all the influencers start talking about it, just because it's bound to be successful, right? It's just inevitable. Everybody in here knows that we're incredibly undervalued for what we're going to be. People out there don't even know about us yet. So it's a great growth trajectory to be able to slowly kind of integrate into these circles and to start getting this steady growth up and up. And it's perfect for where we want to be, because the minute that we have a even remote major, that spike is going to be absolutely wild. So right now we want to make sure that like we're able to convert everybody that we're spending the money in, because what we saw early, right? We played with a little bit. I'll give you like a little bit of perspective from the marketing side. We played with a little bit of paid marketing in the beginning, right? Some of the stuff that we had done that I know I can pump tokens on BSC and Ethereum. We did a little bit of that kind of stuff, and it just did not have the response that we wanted, right? Like it just, because even though, but we had new holders coming in, we had new people coming in, but I mean, we're sitting there going through the analytics, like we're going through wallets, like we're trying to measure like where these people are coming from, the type of audience that we're getting, and it wasn't from the sources that we were really paying it from. It was very, very much so organically coming in, even though we didn't spend a whole lot. It was very much so organically coming in versus the small amount of paying stuff we were doing. And so what we had to do is we had to take a step back. We had to realize, okay, like a big part of this when we do like paid marketing is having the ability to convert people that come to our website, or that traffic that we generate, convert them into holders in a really easy way. So we either have to make sure our audience is receptive enough to go through the task of buying at our current state, where it requires a little bit more work to kind of like learn this new platform, or we have to kind of wait until we have this thing a little bit more streamlined, to where somebody that has absolutely no idea can hop on here and do our charting and do our swap, which I think we're like really, really close to. But once that hits, then we can do that mass kind of like marketing and just do that scattershot approach. But right now, we have to get in front of an audience who is going to take the time to learn how to do it, right? And that was a big part that we learned in the beginning. And I'm glad that we learned it super early, because as of right now we're generating content as a community, right? We're getting the word out there as a community, and we're growing and we're steadily growing, and people are holding because of the immense value that this is going to bring us one day, right? We all know it. We all know that we're super early, and that's a great feeling. And so these stages, it's critical to tell a friend, man. Like if you have any project that's on your long-term hold list, and you've been here since the beginning, and you're sold on the whole idea and the whole concept and the vision and everything else, like now's the time to tell your friends, and now's the time to be like, hey, you know, the floor is settling. It's been this way for about a week, just going sideways. Like this is before that big candle comes, right? Like before that big candle comes, you always look back on the chart and you're like, man, look how cheap it was right here. Like you always envision like what the community was like and what was going on in those times before that big candle. Like now's the time before the big candle. You know what I mean? Like, so tell your friends, get people involved. This is when we really need the community to step up. A lot is going on in the background. We're in the DMs of every major DeFi influencer that we can possibly be, and we're still finding more and more out. If you have suggestions, send them in. But now's the time, guys, to get rowdy as a community. Now's the time to be that prophet, that person on Twitter, that person on Telegram in their call channel that said, I told you so. Like these guys had all the fundamentals. It was inevitable. It was down, like now's the time. So get rowdy, guys. Get some content creation going. Tell people about what we're doing. Make it grassroots. And I mean, it's inevitable what's coming, guys. Not just I'm happy everybody's here.
That was very convincing, my friend. I didn't expect any deaths.
My bad. I kind of got a little too passionate. Guys, it's the same way when I talk to like YouTubers and stuff. I just get super passionate about it because like I've done so many projects, right? I've done freelance work for 50 plus projects. I've been on the core team of some excellent projects, some amazing projects, like some game changers, right? But like this has so much effing potential. And like if you guys don't see it yet, then read the literature again, watch some more videos, because like you're missing out on something that's just it's huge, man. And like it's rare that we find a project like this. It just really is. Like it's very rare that you find a project like this, guys. And I hope that you see like everything that we're building. It's pretty incredible stuff, and the potential for it is just absolutely mad. So I get super passionate, and like that's what I hope to make contagious to at least 10% of people here. If I can walk out of this damn AMA with 6 people that feel as passionate as I do, that weren't already that passionate, then that's a win, man. I mean, this is a life changer. This is a game changer, guys. I mean, this is the one. Like, if you were ever gonna look at any sort of shitcoin in the microcap space, like, wake up, man, and go through the white paper again. This is the one. So yeah, I get passionate about it. I hope it spills into other people. I hope I hop on a random Twitter Spaces and somebody's in there shilling Surge. Man, nothing would make me smile bigger. So guys, when you're out there on Twitter, you see those Twitter Spaces, hop in there, throw a shout out to Surge or something. Yeah, and then we're gonna be golden, guys. Right now, the community is taking a major part of this wheel. When you see new holders rolling in, it's not so much what we're doing on the marketing side, guys. It's definitely you guys out there showing it. So pick that up. And we're only going to continue to grow, man. Let me see, Legion. I see you right there.
And
Yeah.
one
Before
thing
we take, yeah, go ahead.
Here is the fact that you see $17 buys, you see $2 buys, and you see $10 buys. Somebody just made $146 buy. Okay, so I want to make something perfectly clear. With this project, this has the potential, and when I say has the potential, we're not talking about it or a long shot type of thing. We mean this project has the apparent evident potential to be bigger than PancakeSwap or Uniswap, or at least as big as that. There's no reason that you cannot put something of your portfolio inside this project. I came in here earlier than where we're at now, and I have reaped the benefits constantly. And yes, there will be dips, there will be big dips. That happens to everything. But there's no reason to not put something in at all. That's it for me. Whoever,
I don't know. If we have anything, I think we have anything like left for the at least the recording portion of it. Like, do you guys want to call the recording, or do you guys want to add for the AMA portion?
Yeah, no, I think we were good on the recording. I mean, anything significant, we can just put it in text later, I guess, just for the sake of recording. I'm uploading to YouTube.
Sounds good to me.